Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Collector Cast. We're back again after all this time. Can you believe it?
It's been a short
minute. How are you doing
it? Oh. He's still there?
A few moments later.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Collector Cast. We're back again, finally, after some time away. We have returned in glory. Hello, Nick. How are you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. And now there was two, right?
Yeah, there was one of us missing. Yeah, we had to get rid of the dead wood in Sean.
Acting.
Nah, he's a very busy man. I'm sure we'll be back at some stage, but we're flying as a duo for now. Yeah, so let's see how it goes.
Let's go.
We might find out that he's the main man and we're just lost without him. But we'll soon find out. Yeah, so it's good to be back. You might also know, or you might not, but we've started a new Facebook group as well, called the Collector Club. It was the group that we used for the podcast. We've just opened it up to be a buy and sell group and all sorts of different wrestling content in there now as well. So if you're not already, go and join. Yeah, it's good fun. There's all sorts of stuff going on in there. I'm sure you'll get involved somewhere or other. And we want to bring some of you guys onto the show as well. So stay tuned for all of the posts regarding that. But without further ado, let's just crack on. One thing that we said, wasn't it, Nick? We've discussed how we're going to do this, whether we're going to come back and do a show. One thing that I said is, we want to make this more fun. So did you get my email, by the way, during the week?
I've got many emails from you. Not of them have got many nice attachments, but which one are we talking about?
Not those ones. There was one where I asked you to come up with some names.
Save those. Names?
Yeah, have you not done it? No?
No, what names are you referencing?
Well, I thought it might be fun, for us, just I said that I wanted it to be fun. So rather than us be, Johnny and Nick, we could have like wrestling names. What, you think that's a bit of a stupid idea? That's a bit awkward actually, because I've come up with some names and you've either not opened the email because you thought it was another illicit picture.
Yeah, I didn't think of any names, mate.
Okay, well, is it okay if I give you an option? You don't have to choose any of these names, but if I've got some options here for you, if you might want to choose one, or you can just be Nick for the rest of the show, whichever you want. I just thought if we have wrestling names, it's a wrestling podcast, Is it all right if I
like Chili McFreeze and stuff like that?
Well, no, not stupid, like decent ones, You don't have to. You can just be Nick. I'll tell you what. I'll read them out to you. They've got like a backstory kind of character and stuff. And if you don't want any, if you don't want any of them, you can just be Nick.
You put a lot of time and effort into this, haven't you? Clearly.
Well, yeah, I sent you the email. I thought that you would have done the same, but clearly not. It's a bit awkward now. But do you mind if I?
No. Please go ahead.
So, you could be for today only. You could be the chimp off the old block. It's he dresses a chimp, but he's got serious daddy issues.
But he doesn't bring a block out with him.
No, he's like the chimp off the old block, like chimp off the old block. He's dressed as a chimp, but he has serious daddy issues. No, you don't want that.
Next.
What about Lasso Keith? He's a cowboy outfit. He enters on a horse, but he's from Peterborough. And
he's the English man, Adam Page.
Yeah, but yeah, slightly less cool. He's an alcoholic and he has to bring his stepkids to every show and they follow the horse down the ramp. Like he just has to have them with him. They're inconvenient, but they have to be there.
Right. So like Session Martina then, but a bloke.
Kind of, I suppose. I mean, I feel like you're just taking the piss here, to be honest. Okay, right. Well, one last one. I can just be Nick. CM Trunk. It's CM Punk. He's got all of CM Punk's tattoos. He's got the same attire, same music, all that, except he's got Rikishi's ass. and it is problematic for him. CM Trunk.
I like the creativity of it, but it's not for me. I'll just stick with Nick. It's easier.
Just go with Nick. Okay, fair enough. All right, no problem. It's your prerogative.
Which one are you going to go with? I mean, you've got options.
Well, no, you were supposed to come up with names for me, but obviously you've not done it.
Oh, so. Okay. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do the next episode then.
Yeah, it's one-sided already. I knew this is why we stopped. I can't believe
we had three of us because it was just I just stood on the sides and yeah.
To be honest with you, it's started badly and it's only going to get worse. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Collector Club then. Obviously, we mentioned before we started a new group. We're going to do a giveaway in there when we hit 500 members. I think we're on 400 and something now. So if you haven't already joined, go and join. If you're in there, get inviting people. We're going to do a giveaway at 500 members. So, and we're not far off. So get on that. Also, at the moment going on in there, we've got the wrestling World Cup. So it's the World Cup of wrestling stuff. I don't know if you've seen this, Nick. Basically, it's just a World Cup format. The World Cup's coming up in football, so I thought, why not? We'll just do a wrestling World Cup. It's called the World Cup of Wrestling stuff. So the theme for this one we've done is toy lines, because I thought, you know, we're all wrestling figure collectors. Why not kick it off with toy lines? So it's basically a tournament to try and find out which toy line is going to be voted the best in a, you know, World Cup format. So at the moment we're in the group stages. We're going to find out who's going to go through. The top two from each group will go through the next round, and then they'll face head to head until the final. It'll be interesting. Obviously, because of the groups and stuff, only certain people can go through, so it might not be a true reflection, because some people might go out early because of whatever, and they didn't get the face off. But yeah, I think it's good fun. So go and get involved. Go and get commented on the posts that you see in the group about that, and yeah, let people know what you think, and tell people who voted for the wrong ones that they voted for the wrong ones, because it's starting to annoy me already. We're only on the first two groups, and it's starting to irritate me that Bendham's is going out by the looks of it, but AEW is going through. What do you think, Nick?
That's not really a comparable choice, is it really, to be fair? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're both not very great lines. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, what I think the Hasbros are going to be the ones that are going to go through to the final, but that's just me being discretionary. But it's interesting to see the different votes between the groups, to see who's picked and choose what between them, especially with those two. But did you ever get any Bendhams? You a bit of a bender?
I had some when I was younger, but I don't know. There's just something nostalgic about them. I like Bendhams, and they're going to go out, so I'm sad about that. By the looks of it, the voting for that one as we're recording is ending tonight. So yeah, hopefully there's a bit of a boost on the Bendham front, and they can go through, but it doesn't look likely. The next group's very interesting because it's got Ultimate Editions in there, it's got Hasbro's in there, it's got Mattel Superstars in there, and it's got Jack's R3 Tech in there. That's the group of death. All four of those are great lines, so it'd be interesting to see who goes through out of those. For me, I think Ultimate Editions could win it. You know, Hasbro's. Everyone loves Hasbro's, I suppose. WWE Funko Pop in there. Yeah, it'd be very, very interesting to see what happens.
But they count? No, they're not really figures, are they? That's a bit of a cheeky one. The Super Set, they should have gone in there. The Stone Collectibles should have gone in there rather than Funkos. Let's be honest, they're not really figures, are they?
What? So because you don't collect them, they're illegitimate and they shouldn't be in there. Is that what you say?
That's basically my stance. I don't have any, so therefore they shouldn't be in this competition.
Funko Pop should definitely be in there. They're a heavily collected line, and they are figures. How can you say that that's not a figure?
It doesn't move. Where's it? Ab crunch. That's his finishing move. He spins his head around.
Rotational head. What more do you want? Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, and that's the thing. Get commenting if you think there's something in there that shouldn't even be in there. Comment it. Berate people. It's all about a bit of banter and having a bit of a laugh, and you know, getting comments in the group. So go and have a look. Go and get your votes in, and maybe your favorite line might make it to the final. Yeah, so there you go. That's the Collector Club. Go and join. I'll see you there. Okay, so here we are again, a collection catch-up, and it's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been, well, you've seen my post in the group. I've got a hallway filled with Wrestle HQ collectibles.
Yeah, it's been a long time. To be honest, I've been very, very picky and choosy over what I get. I'm waiting for this new Rock Ultimate edition. That's what I'm waiting for. I want it to be different to the Amazon release. But other than that, I haven't really picked much up. I don't think I've picked much up at all, to be honest. For
Any
my
idea
own.
what this rock going to be? You've always got a little bit of inside info. Have you got any info about what it might be?
No, I saw today that I saw some images of the breath, and it's going to be released in the Target line, so the Legends line. Along with the Rock, so similar to the Batista and the Madness Macho Man, it's going to be in that line. The images of the Rock were just kind of the grayed out kind of proto images, and it just looked like the Amazon one. So I'm not sure how an Amazon exclusive can then become a Target exclusive. I don't know if the heads look the same to me. Maybe there'll be different kind of trunks and different t-shirt maybe, but I don't know. It seems a bit of a cop out. I still want it, but yeah, I'm not really too sure yet. I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to finding out.
Do you think maybe if they were clever, it would come with a tracksuit? I mean, that's fingers crossed, right? If they were clever, they would do that to differentiate it between the other one.
That would be cool. I didn't even think of that. That would be cool.
No one's done it yet, have they?
They might do that Brahma Bull belt, which will probably annoy me, to be honest.
Because he never
used talked about this a million times, but it's not even a thing. He never used it. But it wouldn't surprise me if they did do that.
They show protos and stuff like that at Comic-Con, right? It was on the render, the belt.
Yeah, I don't know if that was part of another elite, or was that part of that?
The elite one? I can't remember. I've definitely seen the render of it.
Yeah, I think now that we've talked about it, I'm thinking actually, yeah. So that's probably going to come with the Ultimate Edition. Yeah, I'm not really fussed on that, to be honest.
I mean, the only I think they would do that would be decent is probably the same as your Mac decals custom with the cow jacket and stuff and the belt and whatnot.
Yeah, that would be cool. Sick. That would be sick. But he'd have to have dress trousers and dress shoes for that.
Yeah.
Maybe they will. Yeah. It remains to be seen. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Other than that, I haven't really looked to pick much else up, to be totally honest. But I know that you have, so let's just dig straight in and go for it.
Absolutely relentless for me. But I have, as we spoke about, I've really calmed down, I like to think, even though we spent double figures or triple figures this month. But it's been, for me, I'm not doing the whole elite line anymore, which is, I think you can see I'm running out of space literally here now. So got to be very selective about what I'm purchasing. So it's mostly legends and characters that I like. But again, the AEW line is still tickling my balls a little bit and they're still trickling through. What's your and obviously while we're here we can speak about it, but like what's your stance on obviously the UK elements of the AEW, and are you going to still be stocking those from your stomach? I know people in the group had a few concerns about Smiths watering them down and entertaining them. I mean, I'm worrying about it and I feel like I'm serious behind now. So what's your stance on that from everyone who's listening?
As far as I'm aware, the UK supply of AEW is continuing as normal for independents. Smiths have knocked them back, Entertainer have knocked them back, but all of the independents, Wrestle HQ included, will still be getting them, but on UK time frame. Because they're not coming into the main chain retailers, I may look at importing them, but I think at this moment in time, especially with the way things are economically, it's probably not viable. But as far as I'm aware, it's not. They're all still coming. All of the sets of Unmatched and Unrivaled are still coming to the UK. So it's not panic. It's not panic stations for AEW collectors in the UK for sure.
Yeah.
It's just that the main two players in the toy market getting them, which is good news, really, to be totally honest. How long that lasts, I'm not sure. That I don't know. But yeah, that's my information. I don't know anything other than that.
Interesting. So I got obviously those from you. I've got the Ruthless Aggression set, which are very cool. I need to obviously open half of this stuff. I got the Elite 96, so the Hogan, stuff like that, a few of those, they were cool. But I'm really kind of still popping fleas. Everyone's, we're not late to the party, but everyone's still popping for these Ultimates, Doinks and Diesel. I just wish they'd do more of this stuff. I know why they do and why they don't, but they are very, very cool. On the same vein, and this arrived today, so I got the Ultimate Macho as well.
Nice.
Being early backing, which is cool. Again, I don't know if I've ever explained. I think I explained it in some other podcast, but I know you know about it as well. But I'd collect like doubles of the Ultimates, which is really retarded and stupid because I just spend so much money on them. But like with Doink, again, you can call me that I'm mad, but like he comes with 3 heads, so I need to have all 3 heads displayed on the collection, even though it's not different. It's nuts. I understand. I totally get it's nuts. This come through today as well from WWE Shop.
Nice.
Most people know that my drama about being on the Mattel Creations website at 1 minute past 5, and then I got forced into a 6-minute holding queue to then check out and be told sold out. That was amazing. So
I don't know what happened there. How have they ended up on WWE Shop as well? Like, it's just all a bit strange. I suppose it's because they don't really care. Like, they just want to sell it. They just want to sell what they've got, and that's it. Once they're sold, they're sold. They're not bothered whether you manage to.
From a stock standpoint, obviously it was limited to 1 per customer or 2 per customer, whatever it was, and then it sold out, which it told me it sold out. Others like yourself and the Bubble and other people managed to get 1 or 2, but it sold out. So where have these suddenly materialized from? The WWE Shop, oh, we've got, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 or whatever. And it didn't last long. It was only maybe 3 hours. Because I was like, well, I'm not going to bother. I've already got a set, but I do want another set because I'm doing the whole different displays of each one. But I was like, I'm not going to bother because they'll just roll back around. But again, like Sarge didn't really roll back around, did he? He just came out and then he was gone.
Oh, very strange. It is all a bit strange. I suppose the kind of, to play devil's advocate, they never said they were exclusive to Mattel Creations or anything like that.
And they didn't just said, yeah, there wasn't.
And then they didn't say there's only this amount. They might have already, just been like, oh, we'll send this amount to WWE Shop, and then, we'll put this amount on sale, and they sold out. But I don't know. And like I say, I don't think that they are. It's not really within their kind of psyche or remit to let us know as collectors.
Maybe it was the fact that they had X amount for the Creations website that sold out. And then once they shipped, which we spoke about earlier, they shipped this week or last week, whatever it was, and everyone's got their orders. They then went, oh, we can now fulfill WWE Shop's order of whatever it was, and they can release them. And that's what the timings haven't aligned. That
would make sense. That would make sense, except for the fact that I've got my WWE Shop order of them, because I ordered some from WWE Shop and from Mattel Creations. I haven't. My Mattel Creations one shipped 2 weeks ago. It's not arrived yet, but no. I ordered the WWE Shop ones last week, or was it? Yeah, it was late last week.
Wasn't even a week ago, was it?
No, and they're here. They arrived today. So, yeah, it's very, very strange. But who knows?
I'm happy to have another set. Don't get me wrong, and I hope, like we spoke about earlier, they will retain value. Not that I collect for that reason, but they are going to be sought after. They are wanted. So it's cool. I
think because of this whole debacle, they will be sought after, and they will be hard to get in the future. So,
what's your thoughts on this?
I think it's brilliant. What, in terms of value, or in terms of as a figure?
As in a figure, and how do you think in the market is it going to be like a, is it the Dusty Rhodes of Elites almost? It's going to be one of those figures, or is it like up there with Harley Race kind of thing?
I think it's certainly going to be
desirable.
I think it's going to be one of the top values of any wrestling figures in terms of like modern stuff, just because it was limited, and I can't remember anything being limited in modern history in terms of wrestling figures. Like, you've got the AEW chasers, they go for silly money, and they're not Macho Man, are they? No. I think when some people got them and not everyone had them, the value spiked. This happens all the time. So it gets released, some people have them, and other people are still waiting. The value spikes at that point because only a very, very small amount of people have got them. Then everyone gets theirs, and it comes down and settles. And then after a couple of months, it'll start to creep back up and probably go even beyond that. That's what I think will happen. And in my opinion, as a figure, I think it's fantastic as well.
I think that's going to happen with the new gen set as well. Everyone's kind of offering their new gen set, and they're trying to, the price point's going like that at the moment because it's kind of peaks and troughs. But I think there will be a point where they'll dry up, and then in about a year or so's time, if they do the next crowdfunding thing, everybody will want a new gen set, and there'll be none available.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what will happen with the Macho. What I just described with the Macho Man has already happened with the new gen set, with the rest of it. So when they started shipping and the first people got theirs, they were going on eBay for silly money because everyone's like, well, only like 4 or 5 people have actually got theirs now.
Yeah.
And then now that everyone's got them, everyone's starting to get their delivery. And sorry if you haven't yet, by the way, if yours is in Gambia, I do apologize. But that was ridiculous, isn't it? Some people's are in Gambia, but I feel for you guys. You will get it eventually, I'm sure. But the value kind of flattens out.
Sorry, I really because I know about it as well, and somebody sent me a meme on Instagram.
It's mad, isn't it?
Video.
Absolutely mad.
It's amazing. But yeah, where's
the value kind of flattens out. And I think over time, as more and more people come into collecting, that'll start creeping back up to those levels again. So yeah, we'll see. What else you got?
I'll flick the camera around for this one because these ones are quite special. We can talk about these. I did get a full set of the Legend 17.
Oh, nice.
It's on, so we've got a bit of
16. That's Legends 16, eh?
16? Is it 16?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'd lose. Which 15 is Kane, X-Pac, and those guys? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Right.
16. Yeah. So you got the Acolytes, Molly Chase, Ray. Yeah, very cool. Some interesting part choices for the Acolytes. I know that's caused a bit of controversy in the customizing world. I don't know about the collector world, but I know a few people who are a bit like, oh, he's a bit big. Oh, he's not really got that torso. Mainly Sean, who was saying this, who we were watching. But yeah, I think they're cool. So it's a good line. There's been a lot of love for the Rey Mysterio. I don't know how well the video's picking it up, but their jackets, like a pearlescent jacket, it's really, really cool.
Yeah. Another Rey Mysterio figure, but it is a cool one. Yeah,
it's a cool. I think it's the ECW One Night Stand attire, if memory serves me correctly. So it's a cool moment. Yeah, I think it's a cool line. The mollies are cool. We should have maybe got someone else other than two mollies, but it's cool to have both looks. But does that mean we might get a Crash or a Hardcore at some point? Who knows?
I really hope so. I really hope we get those. I'd like to think we would someday.
But I think it's a cool line. I think they're good.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, can't really fault any of them really. I think it's nice. I mean, obviously the mollies and the Acolytes. I've got another set of Acolytes in my collection that are custom, so it's cool to have like the Taker look on the tights with the Taker logo rather than the normal look. But yeah, I think it's a strong line. My retros turned up as well from Mattel Creation, so they came. I think they're still available, aren't they? You can still get retros Series 2.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic that actually we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, the Legends are very cool. The line stayed strong, hasn't it, for the Legends?
Solid, yeah. I don't think there's been a bad line. I think maybe the next line is a bit weak, but again, I think who is it? AJ, Ken Shamrocks. Who's the others in that line? I can't remember who the other ones are. Oh, the Warrior, Dingo Warrior's pretty cool. Yeah. Unnecessary, but cool.
It's just another Warrior, isn't it? It's another excuse to do a Warrior figure, which is
the Warrior in the
welcome, I guess.
Is better, but yeah, cool. I think I can't fault it. I think it's a strong line. I think this one's good. What's your expectations on getting these in stock for those who want these, by the way?
These are due in stock next week. So obviously we're recording this on Wednesday. I don't know what the date is. It the 5th of October?
Here's the 5th of October.
Yeah, they're due next week. So they should be here early next week. So nice. If you want to grab them, they'll be available on WrestleHQ.com, aka superpowertoys.co.uk. Yeah, they'll be in stock.
You've got No Holds Barred in stock as well coming?
No Holds Barred. We've got some here. One was a giveaway for last month's Vault prize. I've got some here. Might even auction one this week at some point. So stay tuned for that. Yeah.
I think that's it for that. There's more of stuff, but they're the key points, key takeaways for this week. There's been some cool stuff, but it's been excellent. An expensive one.
Yeah, it's a lot of expensive stuff, isn't there? That's the thing. It's all like exclusives and American imports and all that kind of thing. That's the problem. Speaking of expensive, actually, something I wanted to talk to you about. I probably should have brought it up before we were actually recording, I suppose. I do apologize. But I thought it might be cool if we start investing in some sort of like, just to kind of boost kind of viewership and listeners and all that kind of thing. If we start investing in, getting like people give us shout outs and, famous wrestlers maybe coming on the show, that kind of thing. So I sent a few emails. I Googled wrestlers' email addresses and I got a few things come up. Right. And I emailed loads of them, but only a couple got back to me. And AJ Styles actually got back to me.
Really?
Yeah. Which I found.
But we're not on adfreeshows.com anymore then, or anything like that. We've lost that revenue, right?
Yeah. So we lost all our revenue from the old show. We were generating just hella money, we were balling. Like we had at least, 14, 15 viewers on the last time we did it. So
yeah,
it's a shame to have lost that. So I just thought it'd be good to invest money and pay some guys to, you know, just come on our show. I said in the email, I said, look, you can say whatever you want. We just want to be able to say you were on our show. So AJ Styles, believe it or not, he emailed back straight away and said, yeah, just send me money and I'll send you a recording, advertising some of my stuff. And I was like, yeah, listen, you can advertise whatever you want. I don't mind what it is. It'd just be great to have you, AJ. Thank you so much, AJ Styles. So I haven't actually listened to it yet. I've sent him the money and he sent me this. It was 400 quid. So I'll take that.
What?
So you actually...
How much?
It was 400 quid. I thought that was quite good. He's still in. He's signed to WWE, Nick. He's former WWE champion. It's not this. We're not talking about like an indie wrestler here. This is AJ Styles.
Does that come out of the podcast pot or your pot?
Yeah. So you owe me 200 quid. Basically, that's what I mean. I should have discussed it with you before. I do apologise. You owe me 200 quid.
As well as the stuff that I'm buying. How am I going to afford? All right.
Well, I'm sure you'll think it's worth it when you can tell people that AJ Styles was on your show. I'm very sorry that I got. Okay, I'm very sorry that I got AJ Styles to come on our show. Really sorry about that.
Let's see what he's got to say.
Right. So, like I said, I haven't listened to it yet, but let's just play it. I'll play it, and we can kind of hear what it is.
Hello, this is AJ Styles from AJ Styles Glove Compartment. I've got tons of gloves for sale for all occasions. Smart gloves, logo gloves, garden gloves, birthday gloves. I've even got surgical gloves. Come on down to AJ Styles Glove Compartment on Park Lane in Stockton. Bullet Club, too fucking sweet.
He's a bit late on the surgical gloves, isn't he, with COVID?
Well, he does wear...
That wasn't even him, mate. Is that him? It's not.
I sent it to AJ, mate. The money
Play
Can we
it.
just leave it?
Play it again, please.
Are you sure it's...
Yeah.
I feel like you're just trying to embarrass me now.
No. Let's just hear it. What did he have to say? I want to hear the bit at the end. Because I think...
Hello, this is AJ Styles from AJ Styles Glove Compartment. I've got tons of gloves for sale for all occasions. Smart gloves, logo gloves, garden gloves, birthday gloves. I've even got surgical gloves. Come on down to AJ Styles Glove Compartment on Park Lane in Stockton. Bullet Club, too fucking sweet.
Stockton? Where's that? That's not Pennsylvania, wherever the hell he's from, is it?
Portrack Lane in Stockton. It's like an industrial... It's an industrial estate. It's near me. It is near where I live, I have to say. Now, like I said, I didn't listen to it before.
Did you order this around the time that Clash was going on? So he would have been around, I guess. If it.
I don't know, mate. He's selling gloves, and he does love gloves. AJ Styles does love gloves, so it could be legit. And at the end, if you listen carefully, he did say Bullet Club 2 effing sweet at the end, and that is something that he would say. Shall we just move on? Let's just move on. Let's just move on. We can talk about it afterwards, mate. We can talk about... I'm sorry. We'll talk about it afterwards. Let's just go to Customs Corner. Let's go. Okay, here we are in Custom Corner. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I still think it could be him. I still think it could be him. Nick, you don't know. I'll email back. I'll see if I can get the money back. I don't know.
Did you friends and family or?
Yeah. I just sent them it, friends. It's AJ. I thought it was it. Anyway, right. So let's just crack on. You've got some customs you've done. I don't know anything about this, so I'm just going to let you take the lead. Just crack on, mate. And I'm genuinely really sorry I didn't discuss the AJ Styles thing with you.
Let's try and redeem this. So I've got 3 bits on screen at the moment, and also we'll put some pictures up as well. There's one custom that I did recently for Clash, which was the 1995 British Bulldog for Georgia Smith, which is really cool. I'll put some pictures up of that in as well, so you guys can see that. But yeah, these were the 3 that I've done recently. Some cool pieces. It's shame we don't have Sean with us anymore. He always has some cool collection and some cool customers, but I'll obviously continue the trend and keep the section live from me as Clarky Collector. So we've got, first off, we've got Berserker in his brown attire, which is always interesting that Mattel released the blue attire. Don't know what your thoughts on that, Johnny, while we're here discussing it, but then releasing the blue attire, they only wore a handful of times, and he's predominantly known for using that brown sort of tunic. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was a strange one, wasn't it? You'd think they would go for his most popular and most used attire, but yeah, it was an odd one. I think it's a good figure though.
It's really good.
Just a weird choice of attire.
You would have thought maybe because they had the parts and the molds and stuff, well, they would have done a re-release. You know, when they were doing the Legends in like the 48B line and stuff like that, they could have done a re-release.
We may end up with a Legends Berserker, mightn't we, in the brown?
Yeah, well, yeah, you watch. Now I've done it, they'll do it.
Yeah.
Middle one is a WrestleMania, I think it's WrestleMania 3, when Macho Man, was it when they did the tournament over 2 shows? I'm trying to remember. So it's WrestleMania 4, was it with Trump Plaza, wasn't it? When Macho Man won the WWF title and Hogan came out at the end. This is based off of that. So shouts to Kai Barks, who's in the group. We did a bit of back and forth together on doing this as a custom each, and then we waited for the Elite 96 to come out. And then we made this Hogan. So for references, the upper body parts of the Elite 96 Hogan with the, I think it was the Elite 91, which was the 2005 Hogan. Again, you might know better than I do, Johnny.
Elite, I want to say Elite 90.
I think it was 90 or 91, which is the new Hogan. And then we used those legs, took off all the designs to get the red tights and then a pair of Magnum boots. Again, with the designs as turned off. So it's actually a really cool custom. It's really clean. Again, we'll get some pictures stuff up for those guys in the pod on the video as well. But yeah, really cool custom. I love the head scan on this figure. I don't know what you've got the figure in hand, Johnny, you're selling it in a minute. From a Hogan standpoint, I know they're churning them out at the moment, but I think it's the best Hogan we've had so far, head scan wise.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. There's so many, isn't there? That's the thing. But yeah, I think head scan was up there.
And then the last one is my take on a WrestleMania 20 Christian with the white attire. This was one of the originals that was in the fan access takeover line that they did, or the fan takeover line, whatever it was called. And we got that just standard kill switch Christian we've had before with a new head. So this is basically the top half of that, and then a Bulldogs Legend lowers with black boots, and then the decals and stuff. So cool custom. I always liked the white attire. I was kind of gutted we didn't get it when they did that choices on that fan access thing, but we never get the ones we want. I don't know if you find that as well, Johnny. I doubt you probably even vote in it or whatnot, but as a collector, they never give us the ones we want.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I don't know how legit it is, but yeah, I think they haven't done one for a while, actually, have they?
Yeah, I think the last one was it the Goldberg Ultimate Edition, which was a fan.
Oh yeah, yes, that's right. Yeah.
And again, what even were the choices for that? I can't even remember what they were.
Yeah, I forgot about the Ultimate Edition ones, to be fair.
Yeah, so that's it for Custom Corner for this week. I think the Hogan takes the spot. You can always check out my Instagram, Clucky Collector. And I'm also, in the group, I'll be open to talk about, we're going to create a customs corner section in the group for discussions and topics around paints and brushes. And if you want to do customizing, you can always hit me up. Also, again, he's not here, but shouts to Sean, all figured out on Instagram. He's an integral part of the customized elements that I do as well, and really inspirational. So again, shouts to Kai Barks, cool inspiration for that Hogan. I know he did it as well, so he'll put his pictures up. But yeah, a relatively quiet customs corner for this week. But again, like I say, I think the doing that one for Georgia was awesome. Doing that 95 Bulldog, be able to go to Clash and give that to her in person, and yeah, it was just absolutely nuts. Really, really cool moment.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, and so you did 2 customs, didn't you? 2 customs of Bulldog, and you just went down and met her to give her those as like a gift, didn't you? Is that right?
So I wasn't even planning on going to Clash at all. I'd already spoken to her probably about 9 months to a year ago. It was when I came down to see you, actually. So it probably was over a year ago. When I did that 99 Bulldog with the jeans and the short hair. I think Sean or someone else tagged her on Instagram, and then she saw it. And then we got corresponding, and I was like, would you want one? And I'll do one as a commission. And then basically just decided to do that. And then we were talking about, of all the figures that have come out of Bulldog, no one's ever done like an iconic 95 look with his long hair and stuff like that. And yeah, we just went back and forth. And I think, I said to her, when are you going to be in the UK? It'd be cool to be able to give them to you. She totally kayfabed me and was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be around anytime soon, it's all good. So I was like, cool, I can post them. And then yeah, she was like, I'm gonna be in Wales for Clash, and we managed to make the stars align, and yeah, I met up in person and gave them over to her. It's really cool.
Nice.
Doing another one at the moment as we speak for myself. I thought she wants the same one, so again on the next episode, hopefully I'll have some progress on that. But yeah, it's really cool. Off the back of that, I've got some other commissions of some other people inside the family. Again, we can come back to that in another episode, but I'm just truly humbled by it. I'm just really fortunate to be able to create stuff and actually give them to the people's families. Is for me, it's nuts.
Awesome. That's kind of like, that's why we like to include the customs part of this in the show, is because it brings an element of creativity, obviously, to collecting. So obviously anyone can go out and buy this stuff. You know, some of it's easier to get than others, some of it's more expensive than others, some of it's like rarer than others, but you know, so there's an element of fun and chase in that. But bringing the element of creativity so that you can kind of edit and manipulate your own sort of figures and make them look the way that you want, that's like another element you can add to the hobby. So it's really cool. So if you guys are into customs in the group, or anyone listening to this, go and post your pictures in the Wrestle HQ Collector Club. We really want to see your customs, and we'll pick the best ones and we'll show them on the show as well, like we've done in the past. Yeah, same with unboxings as well. Any deliveries you get from anywhere, whether it's from Wrestle HQ or anywhere else, do unboxing videos in the group. You can put video up there, you can put photos up there. We want to see your posts of the stuff that came through your door that week, and you know, we might induct one of you into the Hall of Fame as well. So yeah, exciting times, and it's good to be back.
It is. Hall of Fame is going to come back, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hall of Fame is coming back. Yeah, so get your posts in the group of the stuff that's been delivered in the last week, or you know, since the last show. So you've got a lot to choose from. But yeah, hope to see you all active in the group, and I guess we will see you all next time.
Sweet. Catch you in the next one.
Awesome. See ya.
One thing we didn't speak about was the Kane Ultimate ring.
Motherfucker. Another thing that we haven't talked about is the Ultimate Edition ringside exclusive Raw is War Ultimate Scale ring that's been announced. It's up for pre-order on ringside. Wrestle HQ will have some of those in stock as well, by the way, for anyone. Loads of people have messaged about that. So yeah, we'll have some of those in stock for us in the UK. Wondered what your thoughts were. It's a bit, I don't know, it feels to me a bit insensitive timing for some reason with the new.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, I had the same reaction. I was like, geez, I've been lucky enough to not get my shipment sent to Gambia. My Ultimate Edition New Gen ring is sitting in the box behind me, but it's going to be open and put on a display. We just literally got these in hand, and now you're like, big bang, here's another one. When I first saw the teaser from Steve, I was like, I think that's going to be an accessory set, but then I saw the ring post and was like, well, they're going to do like a whole like sets for the whole ring, like how's that going to work? And then when I saw the post, initially I thought this is going to be a next crowdfund thing. So they've already done this one, and now they're teasing the next crowdfund, which could be the Attitude Arena. So I was like, cool. And then I saw what actually they posted, and I was like, I don't really want another ring when I've already got one, and I don't have the space, but you're basically forcing me to buy it because that Kane is absolutely majestic and I want it. And again, as I said to you earlier, I will have to have two Kanes. So how will I manage that? By not going to want to buy another ring off of me separately to me to keep the Kane, because they're going to want the Kane the ring comes with. So it puts me in a sticky situation, because if you want one or two of them, you've got to buy a ring.
I think a few things, but I think there'll be a hell of a lot of rings for sale on the secondary market. Everyone will be buying it just for the Kane and then try and get rid of the ring, and therefore no one will want the ring because they'll be so widely available. The same as you, really. When I saw the teaser, I was hoping that it would be kind of like an add-on pack for the new gen arena, but then in my head I was like, but that doesn't make sense business-wise, because then they can only sell it to the people that got the new gen arena. So I was hoping that what they might do is do another back-end project where you can back a brand new Raw ring with the ring skirts and the Raw stuff, with the entrance and with the Ultimate Kane, and then maybe add-ons like they did with the new gen. Or if you've already got the ring, you can just back the sort of add-on package. It's doing it that way in some way. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed. I think we talked about this we've messaged each other about this, but one of the reasons that I got the new gen ring, and I suppose it was just based on pure assumption by me, and it was kind of, they didn't promise this in any way, so it's my fault, but I was hoping that that was kind of the route they would go down. So you might need this to buy the next lot that comes and to like accessorize it and change it up a bit. I was a bit disappointed to see that it was a ringside exclusive, because that to me says, well, Mattel aren't going to do a Raw ring then. That's the Raw ring. Right? Mattel aren't going to now be like, right, we're doing another back-end project with Raw stuff, because they've already sold ringside this exclusive Raw ring. So it kind of pours water on my hopes that they might do an Attitude sort of back-end project. So I was a bit disappointed with that. That being said, still want it for that cane, just like everyone else. And they know that. That's why they're putting the cane with it, because I don't think they would sell the Raw rings if it wasn't for that. But yeah, it's cool. We can't complain. We're getting loads of stuff thrown at us, and they're bringing out really cool stuff all the time. But some people haven't even received their new gen rings yet, and it's like, oh, by the way, you paid for all of these molds, and we've used them and just changed the color, and we've made another ring. Which
is fair, because you think about the amount of figures they churn out with the same molds and the same parts. We've done this over and over already with AJ Styles and Seth Rollins and the Kofis and all the ones that have the same parts and same molds. They pay for themselves 3 times over, so they're obviously going to use them, and those things aren't cheap. And the molds of the new gen ring, off the backing alone, they're going to have to make the money back that they've invested in those parts alongside the sales of the new gen ring. So maybe that's why they've done it. Like, well, we haven't actually, for example, if those molds cost $10,000 to make, what if they only made 8K back, and then, well, we're down 2K, we've got to make that 2K back by churning something else out. We can make this cane to sweeten the deal. We just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll never know the numbers and all that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, Mattel are a multi-billion-dollar company, so I don't think they're short of a couple of quid to make a few molds for some wrestling figures. But at the end of the day, they still have to be making money on those wrestling figures to make it happen anyway. Yeah. I think it's more just the timing of it for me. Terrible. Like, give it a little bit longer. Like, some of us haven't even got those ones yet, and you're already churning out another one. But yeah, it's like I say, it's cool. The ring looks cool, awesome. Yeah, Attitude Era, like, I need that. Like, I'd rather have that than the new gen one personally. But it would have been nice to, have an ultimate cane, but then maybe if you back it further, you get the Raw entrance stage, or you get the Hell in the Cell or something like that, and maybe another ultimate somewhere along the line. But there you go. Can't have it all, and we'll all still buy it anyway. So.
Yeah, great.
Awesome.
Hello, this is AJ Styles from AJ Styles Glove Compartment. I've got tons of gloves for sale for all occasions. Smart gloves, logo gloves, garden gloves, birthday gloves. I've even got surgical gloves. Come on down to AJ Styles Glove Compartment on Park Lane in Stockton. Bullet Club, too fucking sweet.